I'm Anthony Walker, and here's today's Bible story, The Call from the Cave. Throughout the tapestry of Scripture, we find vast deserts, towering mountains where God dwells, and we wander through marketplaces, witnessing the unfolding of God's grand narrative in the most unique of settings. Yet of all these locations, one of the most intriguing and unexpected is a cave. Not just any cave, but the cave of Adullam. This cave becomes more than just a refuge from the elements. It stands as the dramatic stage for a pivotal chapter in the life of a young shepherd named David, who amidst adversities would transition from fugitive to the future king chosen by God. David, having been anointed by Samuel, was yet to wear the crown. Instead, he found himself fleeing from a jealous king named Saul. Alone, weary, and teetering on the brink of despair, David sought refuge in a cave. This seeming place of darkness was about to be illuminated with revelations that would forever change him. Imagine David stepping into the cold, echoing vastness of this cave, overwhelmed by worldly expectations, personal mistakes, and the relentless threat of Saul. His heart was heavy. Yet it was in this solitude, away from the clamor of society, that David found profound communion with God. The cave wasn't just a hiding spot, it became David's spiritual crucible, a place where he poured out his most intimate prayers and fears, crafting psalms that would echo through millennia. It was there that David wrestled with himself, seeking to understand his purpose, aiming to grow into the man he was destined to be. As the narrative unfolds, it becomes evident that David's time in the cave was not a solitary experience. Scripture tells us of about 400 men who rallied around him. These weren't men of noble birth or elites. They were the distressed, the discontented, and those burdened by debt. They had been pushed to society's fringes, grappling with their own metaphorical giants. Some perhaps were crushed under financial strain, others haunted by personal failings, and many felt simply out of step with a seemingly indifferent world. Like David, they too sought solace in the cave of Adullam. But in this cave, something remarkable happened. David, despite grappling with his own challenges, rose to become a beacon of hope. He transitioned this motley crew into David's mighty men, a testament to the power of leadership, mentorship, and unity. From their shared hardships in the cave's shadowy confines arose warriors of unparalleled valor. This story is not just history, it's a clarion call to men today. In our modern age, distractions take over, and the relentless pace of the hustle and bustle of life often drowns the soul's silent yearnings. Men are challenged to find their own cave of Adullam, a sanctuary away from the digital deluge, to reconnect deeply with themselves and with God. In the spirit of David's transformative time in the cave of Adullam, we at Fearless have our own modern day cave moments. Every week we gather digitally for prayer in our prayer call. We're not just chatting, we're actively seeking God, diving deep into His Word, and uplifting each other. And not just us, men from across the nation join in, turning individual prayers into a chorus of hope and faith. We also have our Fearless Army Roll Call. It's a national event in which men from all walks of life come together to bond, to gain wisdom, and to encourage one another. Our next roll call is in the spring of 2024, and you need to be there. This experience in this metaphorical cave is not just about isolation, but about transformation. As we confront our own battles, we must remember David's legacy, that in our most vulnerable moments, we're never truly alone. Just as David was surrounded by men yearning for guidance, there are many around us today silently seeking direction. It becomes our sacred duty to uplift, inspire, and mentor, to forge the bonds of brotherhood that not only strengthen us individually, but empower us collectively. As we navigate our personal cave experiences, let's also be pillars for our fellow men, forging bands of brothers who support, sharpen, and embolden one another. Emerging from the cave isn't merely about personal growth, it's about ensuring that we step into the light, that we bring others along. And when we do emerge, it should be with a spirit molded by reflection, fortified by faith, and ready to confront the world's challenges with the spirit of a true warrior, valiant, virtuous, and victorious.